How's it going, guys? This is Carson with Reddit and our games, and we're here with Maria Alaprando, and you're with ZeniMax, correct?
Correct. I'm the creature combat designer for the Elder Scrolls Online.
Okay, so tell me about Elder Scrolls Online. I mean, you're obviously designing creature combat, but you know a lot about the game. Tell me the feel for it.
So the way that it works is the Elder Scrolls the Moth Priests have decided that there's a prophecy from the Elder Scrolls that the Soulless One is going to save the world from Moloch Bal. And in the beginning of the game, your soul is stolen by Moloch Bal. So his huge plan is he's decided to rip all of Tamriel into his plane of existence, which is Cold Harbor, thus destroying the entire world. So it's your job as a hero to go around, find your soul, figure out why he wants your soul, and stop the plane meld.
So kind of tell me about Elder Scrolls when it comes to the MMO experience. There's a lot of MMOs out there. People are starting to complain that they feel very similar, but as I was watching some video of this game, it doesn't feel like a typical MMO. You feel like you're in an Elder Scrolls game. So tell me about that.
That was honestly our most important goal, to make an Elder Scrolls game. This is the most ambitious Elder Scrolls game we've ever made. It's the hugest Elder Scrolls game we've ever made, with the most amount of content we've ever made. So absolutely our first focus was make an Elder Scrolls game and bring it to a social environment. So that was more of our focus than looking here and there for inspiration. But we have a really experienced MMO team that's really had a lot of experience making a bunch of these things. So we have 3-faction combat, which is going to be really, really thrilling. I especially love it. We have a huge number of enemies, huge number of PvE quests. So you have your own main story quest line, as well as factional skill lines, for example, the Mages Guild and the Fighters Guild. Post-launch, we'll be adding in the Dark Brotherhood and the Thieves Guild. They have entire skill lines as well as quest lines for all of them. And of course, the main story of stopping Moloch Bal.
So tell me, aside from being an Elder Scrolls game, being one of the most addicting game series of all time, what are you guys doing differently? What are you making different in this game that people might not have seen in another Elder Scrolls game?
So certainly there's a lot of familiar elements, but there's also a lot of new things that we're doing to the series. For example, our combat is a little bit more tactical based. There's a lot of blocking, there's a lot of interrupting, and not only against NPCs, but against players. So we have this really back and forth reactionary combat that we really like. We have a finesse system which rewards you for tactical play, and that's actually how you get the kill cam in game. You'll only see the kill cam if you've managed to master the fight and kind of defeat it with the most combat tactics. We have roll dodging in the game, which is not seen in any Elder Scrolls game. We also have a lot of things where the danger comes from 360 as opposed to everything coming in front of you. We have a lot of scripted instances as well, so it's really exciting to be able to bring that all in.
So when it comes to the combat system, obviously you get the feel of like you're actually first person, which I've never seen an MMO really do, like a first person feel. Tell me about team-based combat. And I also saw in there was like a 200-player battle. Tell me about the 200-player battles and having these massive faction battles.
So we're able to get 200 players on screen, all fighting, all shooting siege with no loss of frame rate or anything like that. So that's our goal. That's not to say that the limit is 200. We can certainly have more people in the area, but 200 is our limit for full frames per second. The other thing is there's a lot of things in the game that are not requiring of groups, and one of those things for combat, which is really good for large-scale PvP, is our synergy system. So the way that it works is if you put down an area of lightning, it's great. It damages everybody with lightning-based abilities. If I go into it, I can act as a conduit for your lightning, thus shocking everybody around you. So the way that it works when we see those clashes of 100v100, what happens is the battle kind of flows around these opportunities of synergy. And as long as somebody's in the same faction as you, they can take advantage of these synergistic opportunities. We also have huge siege weapons, and all of our keep walls are destructible. So there's a lot of siege fire flying over the battlefield as you're doing that. There's kind of subterfuge groups going around trying to hamper the efforts of the other people, cut off supply lines, cut off supply lines for the keeps, as well as travel lines for reinforcements. So you're able to starve out a keep, you're able to destroy the walls, you're able to ram all the doors, and you're able to create all these synergy opportunities for your allies in order to kind of keep the flow of the battlefield going.
So I also heard that this is not only going to be available for PC and Mac, but also on the next-gen consoles, PS4 and Xbox One. What can you say towards that?
That's absolutely true. In fact, if you go onto ElderScrollsOnline.com, we're now accepting beta signups for those two consoles. It will be the same game. on all of the consoles. You will get the same game. We're going to bring not only the same gameplay, the same content, the same graphics as well. Our 200-person battle is still the same goal on all 4 systems. And we actually have a PlayStation 4 exclusive beta a month ahead of Xbox, but that's not going to slow down the PC Mac beta. The PC Mac beta is still happening right now. It's closed beta right now. We're kind of ramping up as we go, but that won't slow down any of the PC production.
Anything else you want to say about the game?
I'm really excited, but make sure that you sign up because we need a lot of feedback, and one of the good things that we get is the game can only get better with your feedback.
Awesome. So take the chance to sign up. Looks like you might be getting in here soon. It was a pleasure to meet you, Maria.